Hi, folks. I know you're waiting. Just bear with me for 1 second. We're just getting all the live set up. All right. So, hi, folks. Good afternoon. My name is Catherine, and I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator at Path Employment Services. Today, we're doing our weekly Let's Talk Career series. And just for you who don't know what that is, the purpose of our weekly series is to give some insight to those who are thinking about entering a new career or making a career change. So this is done by having great casual conversations with each of our guests who are in many different occupations and careers. Each of our guests brings their career journey story that is very unique to them, offering a fresh perspective, advice, and very often humor and some humility. Sorry. So today I'm going to invite, I'd like you to introduce you to our next guest. Her name is Juno Rinaldi. A little bit of information about Juno. She's an award-winning playwright and theater actor who has collaborated as a writer and actress on countless theater productions throughout Canada. Juno is presently starring in a TV series called Workin Moms. She plays the role of Frankie. And just if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. You can watch the old episodes on Netflix. Working Moms is a comedy that focuses around 4 women as they try to balance their work lives, kids, bosses, love, and life. So I'm going to just bring Juno in here. Just give me 1 moment to invite her in here. And I'm thinking, so Juno is on Facebook with me right now. So Juno, it looks like it's not allowing me to add you to the Insta page. So I'm not sure if maybe your settings, it's not letting me search for you. So I'm
there you're. Okay, we'll try now. Let's see. Hold on.
Love the technology.
Okay, try now.
Okay. Oh, there you are. Awesome. Juno, I'll invite you.
Okay. Join room. Here I come. There.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have a bit of echo, and that.
Yeah. So I turned my computer off.
Okay.
I'm on sound on the phone.
Yep.
Here we are.
I think that's good. Awesome. So hi, Juno.
Oh. Hi.
Hello. After all this technical difficulty.
Yes. Yeah.
I know it's not like this on your set.
No, it's not. No, it's okay. This is a new world for me too.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being patient with me.
Oh yeah, no problem.
So how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I am. The heat wave has sort of cracked here, which that was really brutal the last couple of days.
Oh, yes, I know.
So really nice to have some not so crazy heat out there right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about yourself, Juno. Where did you get your start? Like, where are you from?
I'm from BC, so born and raised in BC, and I got my start, I guess, in good old grade school drama.
Mm-hmm.
And I did all, it was The Little Mermaid in The Little Mermaid. Those kinds of things where I played a grandma in a grade school, like where they, silver dye my hair and everything to play like 7 years old. And I loved it. I loved working in the theater. And so then after I graduated high school, I decided that that's what I wanted to do. And I went to Studio 58, which is a theater training program in Vancouver. And yeah, and then just hustled after that. still hustling. I think
Yeah.
that's part of the gig.
Yeah, it's not an easy, I imagine it's not an easy job. I mean, I did
No.
a little bit of background stuff with the kids when they were younger. They were,
Yeah.
you know, and even that was, and most of those parts didn't get used. So I can't imagine you at your level.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, you kind of get to a point where I don't know, now I feel like I really can't go back. Like I'm 43, so it's like, okay, I guess I just keep going. So yeah, no, it's good. And I love it. And I do love it. And it's one of those, for me, for the career is, it's one of those things where if I'm doing it and I'm in it, I feel like this is where I'm meant to be. And so when I'm not doing it, it feels very out of alignment with my purpose, I guess, in a way.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
So you went to school, you did some
Yeah.
studies, and then did you move to Ontario?
Yeah. So
Did?
we moved 7 years ago. My husband and my two kids and I decided that we wanted to try something different, and Vancouver really priced us out financially in the way of how the housing sort of situation there. So we moved here 7 years ago, and then hustled because we were in a new city, didn't really know anybody, did a whole bunch of random jobs here in Hamilton and in Toronto. And then got Working Moms, and then that propelled me into a different direction with my career.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember watching the pilot and said, "Oh, this is gonna take off." Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Very lucky. Yeah, very, very
So
lucky.
I know you've done some other projects in that, and I've watched something myself. So tell me about Such a Small Thing.
Yeah, so that was my short film that I wrote during season 3, or I can't really remember when I was shooting Working Moms, but it was a short film, and we shot it here in Hamilton. And so it's one of those kinds of things where it's like, I come from a theater background, so it's a lot about creating your own work. And so it was constant. You're always kind of constantly thinking about, what do you want to put out in the world, and what kind of projects are you interested in, and what's the creative force that you're wanting to, say, or the message. And so this script sort of came to me, and I worked with my dear friend now, Shelley Hong, on it, and we shot it here in Hamilton, and then it went and did the festival circuit, which was really cool.
Nice. And
Oh,
can you tell us
are we
about
there?
some of the
Yeah.
earlier work?
Yeah.
And can you tell us about some of your earlier work?
My earlier work, like
Like
theater and film
what
and
you
TV.
did outside of like where you are right now?
Oh gosh, the list is so random. So when I arrived here, the trouble with self-employed people, and I'm not sure if this is, will resonate with, or artists maybe in general, is that your primary goal is always your art, and you kind of do all these things on the exterior to support that. But you can't get a job that's like gonna lock you in, because what if you get an audition, or what if you get a day on set, or what if you, so it's so the jobs that I guess that's why we sort of flock to these kind of jobs, they're just so temporary and really flexible and all of that kind of stuff. So I when I moved here, I got a job shining shoes in the Path in downtown Toronto. So I take the GO bus in Hamilton GO, and I would arrive at Union Station, and there's some penny loafers shoe shine, like it's a full-on thing in the downtown underground Path. And I work for a day shining shoes, and that would be like 3 or 4 days a week. But it was a very flexible job that would allow me to go to my auditions or things like that. So, but yeah, and the irony around that is, when season 1 premiered of Workin Moms, my face was plastered in like big, huge pictures all around the subway station, that the door where I would walk through to go shine the shoes. So it's one of those kinds of things where you never really know where you're going to end up or how you're going to get there. You just have to keep going, really. And I'm a firm believer in just being open to the opportunities that are presented to you, even if it feels like this doesn't really align, but you never know. Like, you never know. Oh, there's Penny. Hi, Penny. Penny love for Shishine. Just told you about that.
Oh, that's
great.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, she's amazing. She's amazing. And she hires, incredible. Oh, there's somebody else from Path and, oh no, that's you. You're Path here. I was like, what? Anyway.
All the Path people are on here for sure. So hi, Path leads.
Oh, good. Yeah. So you just kind of have to be sort of open to, and that's really what I learned over the years with all of my, babysitting and working at the deli and, what have I done? I've done, now that I think about it, I really should write down a list. Maybe that'll be my next Insta post, is like what all of the random jobs that I've done. Hello from BC. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So I guess maybe I'll throw in a couple questions here that a couple of people have reached out and asked.
Yeah, great.
Nicole, actually, one of my coworkers who's been like posting you everywhere, she wanted to know if you have a hilarious, horrible job interview experience that you could share.
Oh my God. A hilarious, oh man, I wish I'd gotten the heads up earlier, then I could have thought about it.
Or maybe even a job, like maybe just that job that you had to do and you did it because you needed the money and that starving artist time in your life. I'm sure you had it once.
Oh yeah, multiple times. Multiple times. Well, I guess I remember like this. A hilarious job interview. Oh God. Can I need to think on that a little bit more.
Okay.
I've had a couple of jobs that I were very unqualified for.
Okay.
Decided like example would be a personal support worker. Zero experience with that, like zero, but answered an ad in the Courier paper in Vancouver, and it said no experience necessary. And creativity a plus. So I was like, okay, this is perfect for me. But I won't get into the details, but it was really, I was out of my depth in the biggest way. And I ended up only surviving and doing a 24-hour shift. And then I remember going to Granville Island. It's like a little market early in the morning after I'd finished. And I phoned the boss and I said, I'm sorry, but I'm a theater student. I'm not coming back. Like, I
can entertain the seniors, but
yeah. And this was like this should be like a nurse, like a trained nurse. And I remember being like, I'm sorry, you want me to do what? Like, really? Oh my God. And just this like fresh faced theater student who knew all about like Chekhov and Shakespeare and was like being asked to do these very intense nursing things. So yeah. Anyway, that would probably be it.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
So there's a question on here. Let's see. What has been the most rewarding part of working with everyone on Workin Moms?
Oh. I think the most rewarding part is being in a position now where I can speak to people, like people sort of care on a different level. So it really gets me to be able to like speak to you guys or fans or community outreach or doing more being more visible makes me be able to sort of help get the message across that I'm really passionate about. So something like this is a perfect example. If I was just a Joe Schmo, in some ways it might not be the same, but I'm I'm really grateful that it's given me this exposure to be able to speak to people and offer sort of, especially moms. There's been a lot of moms that have reached out to me. So I'm just really trying to destigmatize the whole, you know, challenge of being a mother, right? Like, and how to sort of keep the dialogue open and acknowledge the challenges and acknowledge you're not alone and acknowledge that we're going through this together in different phases of life, and trying to bring my experience of when I had my babies to when people are in kind of the thick of it. And I think that's really, really important. Yeah.
Because all the stories in Working Moms are all relatable.
Yeah.
And, you know, some of them are a little wackadoodle, but
Yeah.
still relatable. It's like we've all been there, especially, you know, I mean, even if you don't have children, the stories are, it could be your animals or your partners. There is something relatable in every single story that happens during the show. So it's well loved. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
So there was another.
Yeah. Oh, I was just going to say, because Frankie sort of portrayed, oh,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
We've got a delay.
So
okay, I'll just finish up what I was going to say about, because Frankie was sort of portraying the postpartum piece, postpartum depression in the first season, that I got lots of people coming up to me and saying, thank you for helping me get through my postpartum experience, or thank you for portraying that on screen. And I also suffered from postpartum with my second kid. So it was really cool to be able to sort of give back that piece that I really resonated with. And yeah, I was really happy about that.
I think it's great to be able to bring some humor into it, to let everyone know that it's real. Like, it's not, they're very serious subjects, but if you bring into humor, little humor, you know, you can relax a little bit and you know, be okay with it. And
yeah, and it ends things like it does end, you know. Yeah.
So Mackenzie posted on here, she said, playing an open LGBTQ person on Working Moms, did you ever face any discrimination?
Hi, Kenzie. Thanks for your question. So that is a great, really fantastic question. And I have to say, no, not one piece of discrimination ever has come my way playing that character. Yeah, I haven't experienced any of that. And I guess my goal with Frankie was to play her as a person, just as, you know, just a person in the world, as a mother in this dynamic, in this kind of relationship. And so for me, there wasn't really like a slant on it having to be a certain way. It was just being like, and her identity and her gender, that was just who she was. So I don't know if that lent to anything, but I just, it was just sort of accepted, and there was nothing around, no negativity whatsoever around it. It was very just normalized, which is great.
Yeah, I think it's the way you portray the character as a real person. It's just,
exactly. I just wanted her to be real, just a person. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any other job experiences that helped you with your acting?
So, living as a person, as we all are,
pretty much everything,
as everyone.
Yeah.
For 43 years, every experience I've had relates to my work. So, and that's such a gift as an actor. So the times when I'm struggling, or the times when things aren't working, or the times when something really bad or shitty happens, it's like comics are the same. They're like, I don't care that everything's going great. I need something shitty to happen, because that's going to be my material. So I use everything in my life, good and bad, and I try and bring it into the work if need be. Yeah.
There was another question. So someone is asking, how does one get an agent and headshots, or can you get by without that if you're thinking about getting into commercials or extra work?
Oh, great question. Okay, so I think I can answer this for you. Um,
And that was Bob.
Bob the comic. Whoever Bob the comic is. Okay, let me just
too.
yeah, let me just think about this. I don't know where you are, Bob, in the world. That would probably help a little bit. Is he from Hamilton? Do we know?
I think he's Hamilton or Toronto, and
oh, okay.
I knew Mackenzie, so it's one of my colleagues' fathers, and he's an amateur comedian.
Amazing. Okay, so Bob, you don't need a Simcoe. There we go. You don't need a headshot and a close. You don't need a headshot and a resume. Small town. He's my dad. Haha. Okay, here I go. Bob, get ready. You don't need a headshot and resume to do background. You do need an agent, but you don't have to have any experience to do background. So my thing for you would be look around your area, Toronto probably, or Hamilton. I think there's a background agency here, and just get on their roster, and guaranteed you'll be working. You'll be doing extra work before you know it. They're always looking for people to do extra work.
Yep.
If you were to do commercials, if you want to move into that zone, then you're going to need an agent. So start with the background. It's such great experience. I did it. They're long days. It can kind of be tedious and a pain in the butt, but you do learn a lot. So that would be my start for you, Bob.
That's awesome advice. Thanks, Juno. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hi from Argentina. Isn't that crazy? These people like all over the world.
All over the world. It's your following, just so you know.
Well, we got 17 people from all over the world. 17 beautiful people. It's so nice to see them pop up. I love it. Yeah.
So another one of my colleagues, a lot of them are coming from my colleagues, because we work in this industry helping folks work consistent. So it's like there's always that type of questions, and people sometimes they want to do this as a side thing. Sometimes they want to make this their job and their career. Nicole K asked, what is your advice for young people interested in getting into this industry after they finished with school?
Like high school or college?
She said high school. So
well, you know what I would say?
Finish school.
Okay, so two things. I would say too bad the pandemic hit, because Sean, my business partner, and I, Sean Smythe, had a great little film school here.
Yes, we were reading about that. My manager and I were reading about that.
Yeah, and it was awesome. I would say that's the best way. One of the best ways is just to get experience on camera. Yeah. So maybe when things open up a bit more, you can find a class in Toronto, or maybe even in Hamilton. Sean might be doing stuff. I'm not sure. That would be a thing. If you're serious about it, I would go to college. I would find a college to go to and just immerse yourself in the world of, like-minded people, learning about theater. Theater is such an incredible, like the tools they teach you as a theater artist are so integral and important to being a film and TV actor, I think. So experience, it's really about training and experience. So that would be another suggestion of mine. And then kind of like Bob, try and get on a background agent and get on some sets. Could be a great summer job.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've done that. I've done the background noise with the kids when they were little, because they needed a babysitter. So they would say, okay, go sit on the grass. And, like I'd sit and read a book, and I'd be in the movie in the background, and like, okay, and here's a paycheck for sitting on the grass, babysitting your child who's in the movie. And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was fun. It's actually quite an experience to be on a movie set.
Yeah.
And see all the elements. It's not what you think it is. It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's quite incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Let me see if there's any more questions. So, and one person on here said that watching Working Moms helped her through the pandemic, which is awesome. You know, yeah.
Good.
We all need a lot more humor in our lives. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of negativity. It's overwhelming. And yes, humor is going to get us all through this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but we have to find ways to laugh at things, and not the bad things, obviously, but find some humor and to help us stronger.
Absolutely.
Only on Instagram, I believe. And I'm just checking to see if there's any other questions, because there's so many comments in here. So are you filming right now, season 5, or it's already filmed and they're showing them on TV right now? Is that?
Yeah. 5 is out.
Because I'm only up till 4. I don't have TV, so I have to wait till it's on Netflix to watch them. So
yeah,
like,
that date is coming. It's
I can watch, and I like to binge watch, so I want to watch the whole season, all in 2 days.
Yeah.
So.
That's coming for sure.
Yeah. So are you going to be filming you're filming season 6? Is that
they go, I think production begins on season 6, July.
Okay, perfect. That's awesome. Mackenzie says, thank you for giving LGBTQ plus community representation. Oh, relatable. Thank you, Juno.
Oh, you're welcome. My God. Thank you. Yeah.
And I don't know why I got all emotional about that.
It's important. It's important.
Yeah, it is. It is. If you weren't in your current career and had to choose another, what would it be? Great question, Nicole D.
Dolphin trainer? No. Let me think. Oh God. I would probably be a teacher. I had a whole plan for myself in high school. I think I even have the little piece of paper around here that I wrote out. I was going to go to the University of Victoria. I was going to become a teacher and graduate with honors at like 23. And then I was going to have 2 kids. And then I was going to be, I had it all work. I was going to drive a Volkswagen Golf. Like I had the whole thing. Anyway, and we know this, none of these things work out, but
I think the planning.
Yeah, I think I would have either been a teacher. I think I would have been a great teacher, or I've also been very drawn to like psychology. So I could have been a counselor. The only trouble with that is I'm extremely sensitive. So I may have gone down with the ship in the counseling department. Oh, did I pause?
Oh, just when you said you're extremely sensitive. Oh, again.
Here I am.
Technology.
Am I here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, extremely sensitive to.
Okay, so yes, because I'm extremely sensitive, that if I was a counselor, I would have gone down with the ship. So I decided, I think I'm in the right place. I'm in the sort of the right place of like being able to access my inner life, but not, taking on the world's problems.
Yeah. Yep. And you do that. I mean, I witnessed that when we were, remember at City Hall when we were pushing for the pump track.
The pump track. That's right.
That was the first time I really kind of met you. And
yeah. And I cried at City Hall.
I mean, when you have a voice, you have to find a way to use it, right? It's the best way.
Yeah.
I think I have one of my other staff has a question in here. Oh, can you tell us about such a small thing? So Tara wants to know, I mean, I watched it, so tell us more about what it's about, because it is an important subject. So you filmed it, you wrote it, and you produced it, right?
Yeah, and I starred in it, I guess, but yeah, exactly. So Such a Small Thing it's on CBC Gem. You can find it in their Canadian Reflections program. It's 7 minutes, and it's basically about a woman in her 40s who goes back to her small town to confront her boyfriend about the assault that happened when they were teens. And so we play with flashbacks, we play with present day and going back in time, and we play with the question of, which I really feel like every woman has some sort of experience with this, but the spectrum is quite large. So, I kind of use the analogy like a cat call off of like a construction site or extreme violence, and there's a spectrum on there. So I do really believe, especially women, that we all kind of face this at some point in our life. So it was about sort of shining the light on the grayer areas of this and how it does really, really affect, even if it was such a small thing, it does affect people, does affect us well into later into our lives. And how do we sort of rectify with the choices and the decisions we decided to make about it? Yeah. Whether we decide not to speak about it or whether we decide to come forward. And there's always ramifications with both.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And it's different with everyone. It's everyone has a different way of approaching that or, dealing with it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a
100%.
huge subject that would make a great full movie.
It would. Yeah. It would make a good full movie. Yeah.
Another question here. Could you speak about how your job as an actress affects your family life?
Could I speak about how my job as an actress affects my family life?
Affects your family life.
It's funny because it's like stopping. I don't know if that's whatever. It doesn't matter. It's what it is.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. We'll just keep going forward.
We're figuring it out.
I've been very lucky. I've been in this business since my whole life. So my kids were kind of born into it, I guess. And my husband is also in the business. So when they were little, we just tag teamed. So I would do a job and he'd stay home with the kids. He'd do a job, I'd stay home with the kids. It was just a total cobble fest. But we made it work, and God bless them. They want nothing to do with theater or film or TV or any of it. One of them wants to be a pilot and the other one's going to be an engineer. So I'm like, great, that's fantastic. And
right now they're just being kids.
And now they're just kids. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah.
Is there no, maybe I could do a good job. Oh, it's fine. People are sending me like messages on Messenger and on here, so I'm trying to read them all. Are there any other tips, advice, or strategy that you could give someone who's thinking about getting into this industry? I mean, I guess it's a hard question to answer because there's different levels of it, right? Like there's the theater part of it, and then there's the movies, and the industry is large. So.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest advice I can give, and this is where everybody sort of comes back to with this business, is a lot of it is about who you know, who you're kind of hanging with, who's working on something, who needs a background performer in their short film they're shooting on the weekend. So when I was coming up, there wasn't this technology piece. But I think now there's lots of forums, there's lots of places to go, there's lots of, hey, what are you up to? And I also am a really firm believer in creating your own work, write your own thing, shoot your own thing, get involved in the community. That's where you're going to find people that you want to work with. And that's where they're going to be like, oh, hey, remember her? She was awesome. She was our stage manager, but she said she wanted to be an actor. Actually, I think she'd be great. So it's that kind of thing. Perfect example is I was just asked to do a job that's not acting involved at all, but it is in the same thing, in the same world. But I went, oh God, I don't know. Do I want to do that? And then in my brain, I was like, no, you never know who you're going to meet, where that's going to lead, et cetera, et cetera.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. My boss actually is on here, and she said, what are your goals as an actress, writer, director?
Well, that's, I mope around here going, I'm not doing anything, but I kind of am doing what I want to be doing, which is, I'm acting in TV, and I'm also producing and writing a series I'm really excited about, optioned from a book that I optioned last year.
Mhm.
I'm creating my own little web series. So yeah, my goals are, I'm doing them right now. So yeah, it feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Listen, but it's not to say that it's not hard as hell.
Yeah.
But I guess thank you for asking that question, because that was a nice reflection for me to go, you're okay. Just back it up a bit. Everything's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We can all relate, right?
Yeah.
Anyone else have any questions? Ooh, from Stockholm, Sweden.
Hello from Stockholm.
Hi.
Yeah.
We'll put this live. We'll put the live. I've recorded them, so we'll put it on our social media if anybody misses anything. And if you want to ask any questions, I don't know, Juno, are you good if I reach out once in a blue moon if somebody has a couple questions?
Sure.
I won't harass you.
Okay.
Like I have been tagging you in all the I appreciate your understanding, and my staff have been doing that. So yeah, we've all been catching up, re-watching Working Moms so that we can, be on top. Like there's some favorite ones that we thought, oh, maybe we don't talk about those on the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's lots of stuff. Oh yeah.
Birds and
yeah, lots of stuff like that. Yeah.
Jacqueline would love to know what hair products you use to have such beautiful curls.
This is a question I get asked multiple times, Jacqueline. It's a constant swinging door of products. I'm using Avita. Next month I'll be using God only knows what else. I don't put a lot of effort into it. I do my best. But yeah, it's been with me since I was little, hated my hair as a kid, and now I'm finally getting a handle on it.
It's always that that line, right? The one who has straight hair wants curly. The one who wants curly wants straight.
Yeah,
we're never happy with what we have.
No.
Me, I just have bed head all the time, and whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Except when I do this, but I'm like, I don't think anybody's looking at me today. They're all listening to Juno. So. So Marshall asks, are you shooting a new series for Working Moms?
Yeah, that starts Marshall, that starts next month. They start shooting that. Yeah.
July.
Yeah, July.
And Monica is she's a very shy fan, and Monica wants you to say hello to her.
Hello, Monica! That was not a shy response.
She works with me, so I know who she is. She'll love
okay.
Monica is our kind of sense of humor in the office too. I mean, we all get along really well, and because we have a lot of women, and now we have some men added to the team, so it's a different dynamic, and we're figuring all that out. But it's an awesome team that I work with that path. So
that's awesome.
Hence why they're all on here watching this.
Yeah, great.
You're watching me, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Anything else you want to share, Juno? I don't know. Is there anything that's up and coming that you can give us a little spoiler about? Maybe not Working Moms. I know you can't give away anything like that.
Yeah. No, I think
you're doing in your private, like outside of CBC.
I have a few things sort of on the go right now, but I think the main thing that I sort of wanted to say to everybody who's watching or listening or however this is getting in people's ears is I really do feel like it's about saying yes to things. A lot of times it's the job maybe doesn't come as you think, or the opportunity maybe not what you thought, but it's sort of having the humility and moving forward. And I really believe that by just doing and getting out there and meeting new people, so many opportunities will open up, and it's just you'll find where you need to be with your job. But it's the going, it's the doing, it's even if it doesn't look like what you thought, because I see so many people get stuck in, but it's supposed to look like this. And it doesn't. And especially as an actor's point of view, like it just never looks like that. So be open to your job or your new opportunity coming in a different way than you thought. I think that's really important because we can get really stuck in what we think it needs to be.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that can put us on a different track and it becomes negative. And then it's like, I don't like my job anymore. And, you know, or it doesn't, maybe it doesn't look the same as it did the month before, but that's things pivoting and changing, and flexibility is key too, to be very flexible. And
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I would talk to you forever, and I don't know, I don't know what else to ask you.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what else to say. I think we covered a lot of things. We said some hellos to people in Argentina and Sweden, and
phrase again.
some people enjoyed the advice. I think we ticked all the boxes.
I think so. I think so. Thank you so much. Okay.
Bob the comic.
Oh, there's a phone comes into my cell and it stops everything. So thank you so much, Juno, for taking your time and coming on.
You're welcome.
And sharing with our followers and anyone who's going to watch this afterwards. We appreciate it. We love you on Working Moms. I know more people are going to be watching it now, more staff that haven't seen it, or, you know, they've only watched one episode. Now that they've seen you, and you're very relatable as a human being and in the show, like it resonates in the show. So it's,
thank you, Catherine. That's really important.
It doesn't matter that I know you.
No.
I just like watching the
I'm
show.
The same person on TV as I am on the street. It's not, there's not a lot of difference. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. And hello to hubby and the children. And I'm sure I will see you about town someday. Thank you, Juno. Take care.
Bye-bye. You're welcome. Bye.
Oh, sorry, folks. I'm still live on Facebook. Technology. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to my staff for their support. Nicole D and Tara, who practiced with me to make sure the technology worked. And I love doing this Let's Talk series. If anyone's interested in being a guest, please reach out, catherine.johnston@pathemployment.com. Call our office. Check us out. We're an employment service in Hamilton, nonprofit service in Hamilton, and we want to help you find sustainable work and support you. And again, thank you so much to Juno for being our guest. She was lovely. She is a lovely human being, and it was just a wonderful opportunity to have a chat with her. And thank you, and I'll sign off now since I'm still online. And thanks for your patience with my technology faux pas. All the best.